Record this class. So to repeat the header row, usually what we will do, so we'll go to the title row. Okay, we'll go to the title row and we have, you can see here, we have an advanced mode option. Okay, click on that advanced mode option and it will show the list of every record, means every row data it will show. So this is the details related to the detail row. Okay, and there is one static row, no? So this static row is related to the first row. Okay, so in order to repeat this row on each and every page, we have gone to the static properties. Select, put your mouse on the static row, press F4. Okay, so you can go and see, press F4, and you can see we have an option called repeat on new page. We just made it as true. In yesterday class, we have seen this. Okay, now suppose if it is a, in this table we have the groups also. Okay, if a groups are there, how to repeat the header? Now let us go for advanced mode option. Now you can see, so you can go and see, so you can go and see there are 4 static rows. Okay, 1 2 3 4, like this. Okay, so for every group you can see this is the grouped rows, this is the grouped columns. Okay, so whenever we create a group, no, we are keep on deleting one column. Whenever you are creating a group, an extra column will be created, and since category name is already there, we have deleted one of the column. You remember in the yesterday class we have done it. Okay, so if a group is present, okay, so we cannot go and go to the static and make it as, okay, if I go to the static, you can see that option. Okay, so repeat on new page is coming here, but this is not enough. Why? Because there are separate columns for each group. There are separate columns for each group. Now you can see, so there is some dotted lines are there. Okay, which separates the group columns, okay, and the normal columns. Okay, so these are all columns created by, okay, these are all the columns created when I'm creating the groups. Okay, so let us go and see insert column left. Okay, now let me add a English product. Earlier it was like this. Okay, earlier it was like this. Now let me delete this group. Now let me delete the English product name group. Okay, delete group and related rows. Okay, so I have deleted this. Now you can see there is already one English product name is there. Okay, let us go and select the English product. Okay, so there is already one English product name is there. When I create a group, no, so let us go to the, let us go to the color and let us click on add group, child group. So I want to create a group on English product name. Let us add a group header row. Click on. So now you can see this is the column. Now you can see this is the column for when I am creating a group. Okay, and we have, since there is a, with the same product name, since we have 2 columns, I have deleted this column and I have kept the grouped column. Okay, so you can see we cannot repeat the header like the normal way. Okay, now let me go and give you some background color for the English product name. Let us give you some green color. Okay, so this is all the grouped columns. Okay, now if I go and specify advanced mode, you can go and see we have so many static columns out there, not only one. Okay, at the time what I can do is, okay, how I can repeat the group. Okay, now let us say whenever each category name changes, no, I want to display the each category data in a separate pages. Okay, so let us go and preview this. And we need to provide the drill down facility. No, we forgot to provide the drill down facility for okay, for English product name. Let me make this records as hidden, and these rows should be displayed based upon the color one. Okay, and the details, go to the group properties, detail group properties. So this row should be hidden, and the display should be present on the English category, English product name. No, let us go for it. Okay, now let us go and press F4 English. Okay, now let me preview. So now you can see that every data is coming in only one page. Okay, now there is no issue with the header repetition. Okay, suppose I want the each category information in separate pages. Okay, means accessories data in first page, bikes data in second page, and clothing data in third page. Okay, now let us go and see. So if I want, though whenever the category name changes, I want to put a page break. Okay, now then what you can do is, so on which group data you want to put a page break? Category name. No, go to the category name properties, category group properties. So you can see we have a page break option is there. Let us go for page break and put a page break when between each instance of a group. So now you can see, so each, whenever the category name changes, okay, it will be shifted to the second page. Now you can see each category information is coming in separate pages. Bikes data, clothing data like this. Now we can see that the header row is not repeating. In the second page, the header row is not coming. Similarly, in the third page, the header row is not coming. Okay, the header row is not coming. But in the first page, you can go and see the first page, the header row is coming. Okay, now how to repeat the header row when groups are present? When groups are present. Okay, so how to repeat the header row is, so go to the parent group, that is parent group record. Let us go and see. So this is the parent group flower bracket. No, okay, go to the parent row top record, go to the insert row and inside group above. Okay, now just click on inside group above. Let me click one more. Okay, so I have added one more row here. Okay, now let me split this two cells. Okay, now let's split these two cells and copy the group name here. Okay, now I'm doing this. So what I'm doing is I am adding a new record here. Okay, I'm adding a new row to the parent group. Okay, I'm adding a new row inside the parent group. Okay, after adding a new row, okay, after adding a new row, now you can see there are two cells are present. So now you can see. So after adding a new row, okay, this is a group row. No, this also become the same cell, present in the same cell. That's why I want to display this category name. Okay, and I want to split this whole cell into multiple cells. Let me go on use the split cell option. So why? Because so this group name here in the top row I need to display the title row. No, so that's why I have applied the split option on this. Okay, now let us go on call your category name the below. Now let us delete it. Okay, so I have added a separate row, and after that I have splitted the data, splitted the cells. Why? Because in this topmost cell I want to display the category title groups. Okay, now let me copy this one. Let me copy this one and put it inside the parent group row. That's it. And put the title inside the parent group row. Okay, so I have, first of all I have gone to the parent group and I have added a extra row. Okay, and I'm copying that title row inside the parent group row. Okay, so that whenever the group data repeats. Okay, whenever the group data repeats, the header also will get repeated. Okay, now let me delete the top row. Okay, what I have done is, so to the parent group, I have added one extra row and I have copied the title row inside that parent group. That's it. Okay, like that. Now the subcategory group. Okay, let me go to the subcategory properties. So this text box reference is changed. Earlier it was English product name category 1. Okay, earlier it was English product category name 1. Okay, now it is English product category name. Okay, this text box references. So that's why I need to go to the subcategory group properties, visibility section. Now take it as category name. Okay, like this. Okay, so why I have changed this is earlier, okay, the text box name was English product category name 1. Okay, now I have added a new row and I have splitted the cells and I have copied the English product name to the below row. No? Okay, so the reference, the text box reference is changed, so I'm respecifying the reference for this. Okay, so the toggle of this, the display of subcategory name is now dependent upon the plus mark of English product category, this text box plus mark. Okay, now you can go and preview. So now you can see in the first page my title row is coming. Now in the second page also my title row is coming, and in the third page also my title row is coming. Okay, let us see that. Okay, their group name. Its reference is changed. No? So this sale amount and tax amount. This one is coming. Okay, now let me go and see. Okay, so let us go for. Let me push back to this. Okay, okay. Now you can go and see preview. So what I have done is I have made the each category data to display in separate pages. Okay, that is first achievement. Okay, by putting a page break on the category group. Okay, and after that my intention is I need to repeat the title row in each and every page. Okay, so you can go and see the second page also title row is coming, and in the third page also title row is coming. Okay, so how I have achieved that is, so first of all I have added a, okay, a record in the parent group. Okay, first of all, I have gone to the parent group. Okay, top line, and I have inserted a new row on for this parent group. Okay, inside group above. Okay, after adding, I have copied the title row inside the parent group row. That's it. Okay, and after that, since the text box reference is changed for subcategory group, I have remapped the respective text box. Okay, by on which the visibility of the child group subcategory group is dependent upon. Okay, just remapped the reference of the parent group. Okay, so let me show you one more time. So if you are confused, let me show you one more time. Okay, so this is how the first report was present. So this is how the first report was present. Okay, now if I go and preview, so if I go and see, my header row is coming in the first page. Okay, my header row is not present in the second and third page. Okay, and how I have splitted the data. Okay, how I have splitted the data, I have gone to the category. So whenever the category name changes, I need to split the data. No, I need to put a page break. No, then I have gone to the category group properties, and I have gone to the page break option, and I have selected this option. Put a page break between each instance of a group. Okay, so that's why the each category group data is coming in the different pages. Okay, and in the second page I need to repeat the title row. No, then what I have done is I have gone to the parent group. Okay, I have selected insert row option inside group above. Okay, so I'm just selecting the inside group above. So now we can see that whenever I select an inside group above, so this whatever the category name I am displaying, no, so this has become a single cell. Okay, and this name is coming in the top row, which I don't want. Okay, I want this name to be coming in the second row. Okay, so that's why what I have done is I have splitted this cell. Okay, so if you now I have splitted this cell. Okay, now you can see these two cells are splitted, and now I want to display the category name here. Okay, so that I can put the title row in the topmost row of the parent group. Okay, so that's why I have splitted the cell. After splitting the cell, so earlier this group dependency was present on the first row text box. Okay, but now the text box is the display of category name text box is changed. Now this group should be display should be dependent upon this text box selection. Okay, so that's why I have gone to this, and I have gone to the group properties. Okay, either you can go for group properties here, or if this parent group child group data rows are this one. If I select the child group here, you can see this is the second flavor bracket. If I select it here, it will select all the group rows. Okay, and I have gone to the row visibility of these group rows, and initially I have made them hide, and their child group records display should be dependent upon the category name one. Okay, click on it. Okay, that's it. Okay, I have remapped the display depend upon this text box plus mark selection. And after that, so since I have to repeat the title row on each and every page row, so I have copied this title row inside the parent group row, inside the parent group row, so that as soon as the group data repeats, the header row also repeats. Okay. So I have I have copied the title row inside the parent group row, so that along with up to this group data, okay, in which and all pages the group data is repeating, so that many times the header row also will get repeated. Okay, so which number of pages, okay, the parent group data is repeating, in that many pages my title row also will get repeated. Okay, like that. Now let me remove this title row. Okay, now that's what I have done here. Okay, now let me map it to the old place. Now you can go on preview. So we forgot to map it here. So now you can see the header row is repeating. Okay, coming in the first page and as well as the accessories data. Now go to the second page. Here you can see the title row is coming and the bikes data also is coming like this. And in the third page, the clothing data is coming and you can see the title row also is repeating here. Okay, okay, like this. And one more interview question is, so when I export this data, okay, now you can see how we can export this data into the Excel file is, you can see we can go to the export option and we can click on this Excel file. Okay, so we can click on select this Excel file which will export us to a Excel file which will export this report data into the Excel file. Okay, and one of the interview question is, let me go to the design. Now let me remove the group properties. Let me remove the page break. Let me remove the page break. Let me preview. Okay. Now you can see it is repeating the each page row. Okay. So one of the interview question is, how you can export the report data into multiple pages of an Excel file. Okay, how we can export this data into multiple pages of an Excel file. Let me go on insert row outside group above. Okay, so how to export the data into multiple Excel pages. Okay, so let us say I have a in this example I have the category data. No, in this example I have category data. No, so whenever the category name changes, okay, or each category data like accessories, bikes and clothing, each category data should come in multiple pages of Excel file. Multiple should come in multiple Excel sheets of Excel file. Okay. So at that time what we can do is, one option is what we have to tell is, so each category data should be present in multiple pages of Excel file, no? Multiple sheets of Excel file. No? Then you can go to this category name. Okay, what is should be your answer is, we can go to the group properties and if I select a page break, okay, put a page break on each instance of this. Okay, so when I put a page break, now let us go and see. When I put a page break, the data is coming in separate pages. No? Okay, and now if I export this data to the Excel file, the data also will come in the separate Excel files, a separate Excel sheets. Okay, so this is one of the frequently asked interview question. Okay, so like one more example is, let us say I have multiple states data present in a report and I want each state data should come in separate pages. Okay, each state data should come in separate pages. Then how we can do that? Now let us go and export this into, save this report to the desktop. Now you can see we have one sales table report. We can go and see. So let it open. Okay, now you can see the first accessories group data is coming, accessories category data is coming, and in the second sheets you can go and see the bikes data is coming, and in the third sheet you can go and see clothing data is coming here. Okay, so this is one of the interview question. Okay, so if I have a multiple states data is there in my report, how to display the each state data in a separate pages. Okay, then what should be your answer is, so go to that group, go to that particular group on which you want to divide the data. Okay, let us say if your example is state, so there might be some state group should be created. Okay, after creating a group on state, okay, go to the group properties and apply the page break, and apply the page break between each instance of a group. That's it. Okay, so your each state data will be exported. When you export this report now, each state data will come in separate pages like this: sheet 1 accessories, sheet 2 bikes, sheet 3 clothing data is, okay, like this. Okay, and one more thing is, let us say if I have 50 states information, I have in my report I have 50 states, and when I put a page break, so it will export it into 50 Excel sheets. In the same Excel file, it will be exported into sheet 50s. Okay, 50 Excel sheets. Okay, then my customer will ask me that, hey Krishna, can you give the sheet name also? Why? Because I don't know which state data is present in which Excel sheet. So instead of giving it a sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, can you show the category name as sheet name? Okay, so that I can easily identify that. Okay, which sheet data contains which category output. Okay, is it possible? Can we change the sheet name? Yes, you can change the sheet. So how to change the sheet name is, let us go and see. So when I go to the group properties, okay, press F4. So on the category name, you are putting the page breakdown. So for this group only, whenever the group name changes, okay, you are putting the page breakdown. So go to that particular group. Okay, put your mouse there, press F4. Okay, now you can go to the group. You can see we have one group option. Now here you can go and see that we have one page name is there. Okay, we have one page name is there. You can see the page break information also is there. Break location is between. Okay, let us go for page name option is there. That is sheet name. Page name is nothing but here sheet name. Okay, now go and select what is the name you want to give for sheet. Now let us go and make it as, what is the name? Category name I want to give. Okay, click on it. That's it. Okay, go to the group. Okay, go to the particular group on which you are dividing the data. Press F4. Okay, now the group properties will come. Go to the group properties. Under this, we have one page name option and select which field data you want to show as page name. Now you can see I want to show the category name as page name. That's it. Now let me preview one more time. So now you can see that. So your data is coming in multiple pages. Okay. And when you export it one more time, let me export this data one more time. And you can see that you will get the sheet category name as the sheet names. Now let us go for, so we are in the desktop only. Let me save it one more time. Yes, replace it. Now let us go and open this. So now you can see you are having the accessories, bikes and clothing. We have accessories, bikes and clothing. So now you can see the category name is showing it as a sheet name. Okay. So similarly, no, we cannot put one categories. Okay, we can put clothing and subcategories like this. Okay. Suppose if we have the 50 states, okay, and we can divide the data into 50 Excel sheets, and we can give the each state name as the sheet name also. Okay, so we cannot put two categories in the same sheet. Okay. Okay. So this is about splitting the data into multiple pages and how we can give the sheet names. Okay, and let us see that. Let us see how we can create it, how we can pass the parameters for our. Okay. Now you can see when I click on preview, okay, it is showing me all the categories data. Okay, all these accessories data, all the bikes data, all the clothing data. Okay. Now let us say, suppose I belongs to the accessories department. I belongs to the accessories department. Okay. Now, if you show me the data of bikes and clothing, that is of no use for me. Okay, if I am from the accessories department, I am interested only in the accessories data, accessories sales about data information. But showing the bikes information and clothing information for me, it's of unnecessary. Okay, so is there any way we can filter the data? Yes. Okay, we can filter the data by creating a parameters to our report. Okay, so let us see how we can create parameters for our SSRS report. Okay, and let us say that I want to create a parameter for the category name. Okay, in that I will show that accessories, bikes, and clothing, and whichever value I select, only the corresponding data will get displayed in the report. Should display in the report. Okay, so let us go and create a parameter for our report. So now you can see we have a parameter folder, okay, where I can create the parameters. Okay, now let us go on, right click, add parameter for our report. So let us give the parameter name as category. Okay, so let us give the name as category here. Parameter name as category. And here we have, this is the parameter name and this is the prompt. Prompt means this is the value you are displaying to the customer. Okay, it should be some description, some meaningful description should be there. Then you can go and write select category. Okay, so this value will be get displayed to the customer. Okay, now that's it. Okay, now you can go and see. So now you can see the report output is not showing now. So it is directly only showing the parameter called select category. Name is category, but the display to the customers will be select category. And if I write bikes here, okay, if I write bikes here, it should show only the bikes data. Okay, but click on view report. Now you can see it should show only the bikes data, but you can see here. Now you can see, is it showing only the bikes data? No. It is showing the accessories data. It is showing the bikes data. It is showing the clothing data also. Okay. So whatever the filter we have created a parameter and we are providing the value. Okay. But in the report, it is showing all the values in the report. Okay. Why? Because we have just created a parameter. Because we have just created a parameter and we have not passed this as filter condition to our report query. Okay. We have not passed that parameter value as a filter condition to our report query. Okay, if I pass it as filter to my report query, then only it will filter the data of provided value. If I select bikes, if I provide bikes, then only it will show the data for bikes. But there is no right now there is no linkage between your parameter value and the report query, no? Then we can go on, let us go on, provide the filter here. Now go to the report data set, go to the data set properties. So now you can see this is your report query. Okay, this is your report query. Okay, so here we are not passing the parameter value as a filter. So that's why it is showing all the values. So let us see, let us provide this to the report query. So let me provide the filter condition. Okay, so whatever the category value I am passing bikes, no? So that bikes will be present in which column? We have a list product category name, no? Okay, so that column name is present in the dim product category table. Now let us copy that column. Okay, so select the first of all identify the filtered column. Okay, where dim product category is the table name. In the table name we have one column name called English product category name is there. So where this column name is equal to, okay, whatever the category value, whatever the parameter name we are passing. The parameter name is category, no? So I am passing this as filter condition to this by report query like this. So I am passing the parameter value as one of the filter condition to my report query. Okay, by identifying the appropriate column. That's it. Now I have linked my parameter and my report query. Now we can go and see. So now we can go and see. If I provide the bikes here, now this value will be passed as a filter condition to the report query, and it will show only the bikes data in the output. Now you can see it is showing only the bikes data in the output, only one page, one of one. Suppose if I pass accessories here, okay, if I pass accessories here, it will show only the accessories data, only the accessories data. Suppose if I pass clothing here, it will show only the clothing related data like this. Okay, so we have interlinked our parameter value and the report query. Okay, so you can go and see that. So whatever the category name, parameter name, no? So my parameter name is category. So whatever the value, we have to pass this value as a filter condition to the report query. So go to the dataset properties. So in this dataset only we are showing the report data. No? Now go to the report query. Okay, go to the report query and we have passed the category value to the report query as one of the condition, filter condition. Now the category name is coming in which field? So it is coming in the English product category name, and this column is present in which table? Dim product category table. So that's why I have selected this column and I have specified the whatever the category value we are passing the parameter name, no, that I have passing here at the rate category. Yes. Okay. Now in this category, I have only three values like accessories, bikes, and clothing. So that I can remember, I can write it here like this directly. Okay. Suppose, let us say that, for example, if I have 100 categories are there, or if I have 10 categories or 20 categories are there, so the customer cannot remember all those things, no? So he cannot remember all those things, no? So what he has asked is, hey Krishna, can you give me a, instead of text box parameter, can you give me a drop down list parameter? In the drop down list, we display all the category names so that instead of I typing, I can just select the appropriate value from the drop down list. Okay. So instead of providing the text box parameter, he is asking for me a drop down list parameter. In that drop down list, I have to show the list of categories so that he can just select one of the category. He no need to remember and he no need to type it. Okay, so how to convert this parameter to a drop down parameter is, and how we can add the list of categories is, go to the category parameters. Okay, now you can see right now it is a text box. Okay, then we have an option called available values. Go to this and you can see specify values. Go to the specify values option and you can add the text here. Click on that. Okay, here you can go and specify accessories. Okay, here also accessories. Okay, click on add clothing or bikes. Okay, here also bikes. So click on add. Here also clothing. Here also value also as label as clothing and value also as clothing. Okay. So don't worry, we'll have a I will explain what is this label and what is this value. Okay, whenever the requirement comes. Okay. Now what I have done is, so in the parameter properties, I have gone to the available values and I have selected the specify values. Now you can see what are the categories are there. I am specifying here and click on it. That's it. I have gone to the category parameter properties. Okay. So I have gone to the available value section and I have gone to the specify value section and I am displaying the labels like this. Okay. That's it. Now we can go and see that when I click on preview, you can see my text box parameter is converted to a drop down list parameter. Okay, so he can, instead of he typing, he can go and select whichever data he wants to see. So now you can see if he wants to see bikes, it is displaying the bikes. Suppose if I want to see the clothing, he can go and display like this. You can see this displaying the clothing data. Okay, like this. Suppose he wants, let us say I have 10 categories and he wants to select multiple values at a time. So right now, is there any option to select multiple values? He can select at any time. He can select only one value. Can he select multiple values at a time? Yes. Okay. So to select multiple values, what is the option we have to use? Okay. So let us see that. Let me go to the design again. Go to the parameter properties. So in order to provide the multi-value selection, so we have an option here, allow multiple values. Okay, we have an option here, allow multiple values. Let me select this option. That's it. Click on it. Now you can go and see that. You can see we have an option to provide to select multiple values. Let us say if I want to see the bikes as well as clothing data. Okay, I can go and select both of them. Now you can see bikes, clothing, and click on view report. So now we can see that it is throwing me an error. Okay, but when I select single value, it is not throwing me the error. But when I select multiple values, it is throwing me the error. Why? Because let us go and see. If I select a single value, bikes, let us see whether this will work or not. You can see this is working. Okay, if I select a multiple values, then it is not working. If I select a single value, you can see I have selected only clothing. Now my report is working. So why it is not working when I select multiple values is, so when you are linking the report parameter and the query, You can go and see when you are linking the report parameter and the report query. You can go and see what is the operator we have used in the filter condition. So where category name equal to category parameter name. Equal to means it will compare only one value. It will work for only one value. Equal to operator work for only one value. But when you are selecting multiple values means you are passing multi values. No? At the time you have to replace this equal to with in operator. So the equal to will work for only single value. Okay. If you are selecting multiple values, the operator should be in operator. Okay. So I have converted the equal to with in operator. Okay. In category name. Now let us go and see. Review. So now let us go and see accessories. Okay. So this will work for single parameter value. Okay. Now let me select one more parameter, accessories and bikes. Click on view report. Now you can see your report is working for multiple values also. Now you can see bikes accessories coming in the first page and bikes data is coming in the second page. Okay. So we have to convert the equal to operator with in operator in the case of multi-value selection. Okay. Now you have only 3 or 10 categories. So you are able to type it like this. You are able to go to the available values. We have selected the specify values and you have typed only 3. Let us say you have 10. Again you put some effort and you can hard coded the 10 values here. Suppose let us say we have 100 categories. Then what you will do? You will type 100 times. You will hard code the 100 values. So it is a time consuming process. No? Suppose if we are 100 categories, so will you go and type 100 times? Nobody will go and do that one. No? It is a time consuming process. Then at the time what you can do? If you have only 3 or 5, then you can go and type it like this. Select the specify values and type it like this. Suppose if you have 100 categories, suppose if you have 100 states, will you go and type 100 states type value like this? That is time consuming. No? Then what you can do is we can use this third option, get values from the query. Okay. So you should know that in which table the category information is present. Now let us go and see. First of all, create a table in which the create a separate data set in your report. Okay. So this is the first data set. No? Create one more data set for the parameter values. Now let us go and see in which table the parameter value is present. Now let me go to the AdventureWorks database. So first of all, I know that my category name is present in the dim product category table. Select star from dim product category table. So now you can see in this table only I have the bikes, clothing, accessories and components. Okay, this is the name field and this is the category key value. Now let me select this. Go for and select product category key. This is the ID value, ID of the category ID, comma, category name. Let us go for the product, English product category name. That's it. Okay. Now we can go and see. So these two column information is enough for me. Okay. Now let us select this query. Okay. Now let us select this query and go and create a separate data set in your report for the parameter of this parameter. Add data set. So let us give the data set name as category name. category param value. Okay, let us say category parameter value. You can give some appropriate category param values. Now use a data set embedded in my report. Okay, or let us go for, so I have specified the database name, use a data set embedded in the report. So the data is present in which database? Same adventure works. Then select the same data source and let us write a query here. Let us copy the query. Okay, select product category key, product category name from dim product category. Let me click on refresh fields. I can see two fields will be there. Click on OK. Now we can see I have a separate data set which shows the parameter category details, key value and the name value of the parameter. Okay. Now go to the parameter now. After creating a data set, let me go to the parameter properties, go to the available values. Now go to the get values from a query option. So in which data set your parameter values are coming? So in the category param values, in this data set, my values are coming, parameter values are coming. Okay. Third, what is the value field? Now you can see we have the value field and label field. So first of all, which label, which data you want to display to the customer? Do you want to display the ID values or do you want to display the name values? I want to display the name values. Label field means this is the display value to the customer. Value field is this is the ID value which is applying to the report query, which is going to the report query, which is going to the report query as a filter condition, as a filter condition value. So now for the query, report query, I want to pass the ID, and for displaying to the customer, I want to display the name. That's it. Okay. So I have gone to the parameter properties. So here, instead of I typing, go to the available values. Instead of selecting the specify value option, what I have done is I have gone to the get the list of values from a report query. You don't need to type it. Okay, already the values are present in a table. Okay, create a separate data set for that query and map the data set the report parameter from the report parameter. Okay, and this data set contains two fields. One is ID field and the name field. The name field for displaying to the customer. ID field for passing as a filter condition to the report query. Okay, now I want to pass the category key value as the report query condition. Okay, now let us go on preview. So now you can see that, so these values are coming from the report query. I have not typed the values. If 100 list is there, all the 100 values will be shown. Now you can go and see in this table I have bikes, components, clothing and accessories. So you can see components also is coming. So here also it is showing all those four values. So these values, instead of you hard coding, these values we can bind it from the database query like this. And you can go and select bikes here. Now you can see there is no data is coming here. If I select clothing also, let me click on view report. Now you can see no data is coming here. Why? Because so the category name we are displaying to the customer, but to the report query, which value you are passing? You are passing the ID value here. So now you can see what is the report query. Go to the report query. So here you can see you are passing this category means now ID value will come, not the name value, not the it is not coming like a bikes. It is coming like what is the bike ID here? So the bike ID is 1. So it is coming and sitting like this. Let me show you how it is work. So let me select all and copy this. Now you can see it is not working like bikes. Here we are not passing the category name, parameter name like this. So we are not passing the value like this. If we pass like this, the report will work. But here we are passing the not the name, we are passing the ID value. ID value of bikes is 1. We are passing like this. So that's why our report query is not working here. You are passing like this. That's why no data is coming. Why? Because we are comparing with the name value. List product category. Now you can see the name we have only bikes components. But in the key category key value we have ID value here. So we have to replace this column name as, instead of checking with name, we are checking with the column name. No, the column name is ID value. No, we are checking with the ID value. No, the ID value column name is product category key. So here also we have to change our comparison column as key value, where product category key in 1. Now we can go and see our value will work. Okay. So we have to, now we are not passing the name value to the report query. We are passing the ID value. No? So that's why I have to change the comparison column also as the ID value. Now go and change it here. So here we have to change the, we should not check with the name because we are not passing the name. We are passing ID to the report query. No? So we have to comparison column also should have to remap to the key column. Okay, like this. Now you can see your query will work. So here in the category parameter properties, available values. So label field is category name, means this is the name we are displaying to the customer, but value field means this ID value you are passing to the report query. Okay, that's why in the report query also we have to compare with the key column only, not the name column. Okay, so that's why I have replaced the name column with the product category key column in this report query. Okay, so now that's it. Now let us click on go on preview. So to the displaying purpose to the customer we are displaying the names, but when I select bikes, okay, what value will be passed to the report query is the category ID of bikes, that is our ID as 1. The ID value 1 will be passed to the report query. Now you can see the report data is coming like this. Suppose if I select bikes, clothing, the ID values of these two will be passed as parameter values to the report query. As you can see, bikes and clothing data also is coming like this. Okay. So this is how we can create a parameter to our report, and this is how we can convert to a drop-down list, and after that multi-value drop-down list, and after that instead of you hard-coding the values, we can go on select the values. Okay, you can get the values in a report query and map that report query to your parameter like this. Okay, we can create a report query for our parameter values, and after that you can go and map that report query output to your parameter like this. Get values from the query, map the select the value field on the label field. Okay, so this is how we can create a parameters and pass them. So tomorrow we can see what is cascading parameters and how many types of parameters are available in a SSRS report. Okay. So one of the interview question
Sir,
is, yeah, yes,
can you send me the videos?
yeah, sure, sure. So just give me half an hour time, so I will sit and send you. Okay. Like,
Okay, sir.
I have already recorded the first and second class videos. I will send those videos. Okay. You have got all the exercise videos, no?
Last classes, I didn't get it, sir. Last 3 or 4 classes, I think.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, thank you. Vijay, let just give me 2 minutes. Okay, Vijay Aditya, I will send the SQL videos.